catfishing fans, this is Cat Daddy from our channel Cat Daddy and Son, coming to you live from inside our garage, which is going to be the base of operations for what I hope to be a very successful series here on how we're going to convert this John boat, our loving John boat that we've had that's taken very good care of us. We bought it about 3 years ago, actually 4 years ago on Craigslist for just a couple $100s. What we decided is it is time to open it up a little bit on the inside, give it a nice little renovation facelift, if you will, and we're going to make it a little more like a bass boat in a sense, with a plywood floor with some beams underneath, some added padding, and we're going to put a couple of metal pedestals so that we can move our feet around a little bit better. As you can see, the boat's not very big, but for us, we do things real simple on our channel. For us, we can catch big fish, a lot of catfish, with some very simple techniques. So, what we have here is 12 feet by roughly 40 inches. So every little bit of foot room is precious for us. So, if you haven't already, what I ask is drop us a like in this video, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, please do. We'd be very appreciative of it. And if you would, go ahead and forward this on to a like-minded fellow or a young lady who would love to see more about this. And I hope you enjoy what we do. So, what I've done so far in this is we used to have our flip-up seats at the top of our benches here. What I did is I made a little pedestal out of plywood and cut out a little 4x4 post. It was relatively weightless, it was easy to apply, and we could just put the swivel seats, flip them up, flip them down, make it real easy to stow and go. But, like I said before, it's time to open it up the leg space a little bit and give the boat a little bit of a tune-up here. So what I did is I took a jigsaw and cut out the front bench seat here. The styrofoam that was inside of it was pretty much rotted completely out because this boat actually, when I looked the number up, this is actually a boat that dates clear back to the late 60s. So it's really held up in really good shape, all things considered. I've had to do some patchwork here and there along the last couple years, but overall, it's done us a great job. What I'm doing is kind of stripping it down, and what I've done already is I've begun to create a little brace made out of some 3/4 inch plywood and start to put down the skeleton and the beams down inside so that I can lay the plywood, go ahead and lay the indoor-outdoor carpeting, and then from there put some of the final touches on. So stick around with us. I'm going to speed up on this a little bit so that you can watch it in a little faster time at any point. If you want to see in greater detail exactly some of the techniques that I use here, I'm going to try not to screw it up too bad. So hopefully this is a how-to video and not a how-not-to video. But at any point, if you want to see what's being done in greater detail, feel free to shoot me a comment down below, and I'd be more than happy to go ahead and answer you as best as I can remember. And you can also slow down the speed on the playback as well too. All right, let's give it a go. Okay, so as you can see, I've laid the cross beams that are going to be the bulk of the support that's going to hold up the plywood floor. What I've done is I've cut them and angled them in accordance with the sides of the boats, going down obviously parallel. I do have a couple of spots here where I added some additional support, because that's where the metal bases are going to be going, the metal pedestals for the seats. So that'll add to it. My next step at this point now, obviously as you can see, I've spread the cross beams evenly, and I can still move them around if I need to, but I've spread them out anywhere between 8 to 12 inches, give or take, just so they fit over top of the old metal ribs that, as you can see, a lot of them are warped. So this will help give me a nice, even and level floor to walk on, sit on, stand on, all of that. So the next step is using lag screws to anchor everything in so that the frame stays put, and we'll go from there.